Life often begins in the warmth of safety. As children, we are nurtured and protected, shielded from the storms of the world. But as we grow, the cozy bubble of security starts to constrict, urging us to step into the unknown. For many, this transition is terrifying. The comfort of familiarity feels like the safest place to be, even when it no longer serves us. This is where the story begins. Imagine a young man named Arjun, sitting in his small apartment. He's lived the same life for years, a repetitive cycle of work, bills, and silent dissatisfaction. Despite his unhappiness, he's paralyzed by the fear of change. Like so many others, Arjun's life is ruled by the question, what if, one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the city, Arjun stumbled upon a book left behind by a friend. The title read, "No risk, no story." Intrigued, he opened the pages, and within them, he found tales of people who had risked everything to pursue their dreams. Each story resonated with him, igniting a spark he hadn't felt in years. The book spoke of a concept called the language of the poor. It wasn't about financial poverty, but a mindset of fear and scarcity. Phrases like, "What if it goes wrong?" and "I can't afford to fail" were described as the chains that keep people trapped in mediocrity. The author argued that these fears prevent people from becoming seeds of their beliefs. Individuals willing to plant themselves in challenging soil to grow into something extraordinary. As Arjun read, he felt a strange mixture of discomfort and inspiration. The words forced him to confront the truths he had avoided. He realized that his reluctance to take risks wasn't protecting him. It was imprisoning him. The book's most profound chapter was titled "The Myth of Safety." It explained that life itself is inherently risky. From the moment we are born, we face countless uncertainties. The act of living is a gamble, yet people cling to the illusion of safety as if it guarantees anything. The author listed examples: starting a business, falling in love, having children, investing money, all risky ventures. But the alternative, a life of stagnation, is a risk in itself. The risk of unfulfilled potential, the risk of regret, the risk of never truly living. These words echoed in Arjun's mind for days. He began to notice how his safe choices had led to a life of quiet misery. The job he hated, the dreams he'd shelved, the relationships he'd let wither, all products of his fear of risk. One fateful day, Arjun's company announced layoffs. Despite years of loyal service, he was let go. At first, the news felt like a crushing blow, but as the initial shock wore off, he saw it as an opportunity. For the first time, he had nothing to lose. Inspired by the book, Arjun decided to take a leap. He had always dreamed of starting a small design studio, but he'd never had the courage to leave his stable job. Now, with no job to lose, the risk felt less daunting. Using his savings, he rented a small space and began building his dream from scratch. The early days were brutal. Arjun faced countless challenges: securing clients, managing finances, and dealing with self-doubt. Every step forward felt like a battle. But instead of retreating to his comfort zone, he embraced the discomfort. He reminded himself of the book's mantra, "Do hard things for an easier life." Over time, Arjun began to thrive in the pressure. He discovered that pushing his limits brought out strengths he didn't know he had. Each small victory fueled his confidence, and each setback taught him valuable lessons. He realized that discomfort was not his enemy but his teacher. Arjun's journey taught him the power of fearlessness. He began to see risk as an integral part of growth rather than something to be avoided. He took calculated risks in every aspect of his life. He expanded his business, rekindled estranged friendships, and even found the courage to propose to the woman he loved. One of the most profound changes was his relationship with failure. He no longer saw it as something to fear, but as a necessary step on the path to success. Each failure became a story, a testament to his resilience and willingness to try. Arjun's transformation didn't go unnoticed. Friends and family were inspired by his courage and began seeking his advice. He started sharing his journey on social media, using the hashtag #NoRiskNoStory. His posts resonated with thousands, sparking a movement of people embracing fearlessness and taking risks to pursue their dreams. Years later, Arjun stood before a crowd of aspiring entrepreneurs, delivering a keynote speech. He recounted his journey, from the fearful man paralyzed by what-ifs to the fearless leader of a thriving business. He held up the book that had sparked his transformation and read its final lines. Life is all risky. The question isn't whether you will take risks, but which risks you will take. Play it safe and you'll have no story worth telling. Embrace the unknown, and you'll create a legacy. The crowd erupted into applause, and Arjun felt a deep sense of fulfillment. His story, born from risk, had inspired countless others to take their first steps into the unknown.